Good afternoon, good people, and welcome to another episode of Montez at Midday. I'm your host, Dre Montez. Hope everyone is doing well on this Talk Tuesday edition of Montez at Midday. If it's your first time tuning in, thank you so much. Does not go underappreciated whatsoever. Got high fives in the building. Chest bump. Let's hug it out. Get in there for the real thing for sure. Get in there. If you are celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating an anniversary, happy anniversary to you. If you purchased a new vehicle and it's going better than what you thought, congratulations, you deserve it. Most importantly, happy birthday to my twin daughters, Stephanie and Sharnice. Happy birthday to you. And also happy birthday to my little brother, CJ. Happy birthday to all three of you. And again, if you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. We're raising the roof around here. Raise the roof. Raise the roof. We're bringing that back. High five, raising the roof, and the pat on the ass when somebody walk by. We're bringing those things back. All right, let's get through our pillars of the day. We're going to let it go. Ignore them. Give it time. Don't compete. Stay calm. It's on you. And laugh. And laugh. I'm telling you, laughter is the key. Laughter. I think we all need it. Considering what has happened in the news the past 3 days, I can't believe what happened at the Grammys in Killer Mike. Then last night, porn star Lisa Ann gets arrested in New York City. Toby Keith dying. Here in St. Louis, all these shootings going on. It's like, whoa, that's a lot to compartmentalize right there that's going on. It's not even hot yet. The weather hasn't even been really good yet. The weatherman has lied to us 2 times about having nice weather. I've seen the sun, but that's not the weather and the temperature that we agreed on. But we'll get through it. We'll move on through it. I had the pleasure of watching this movie this morning that I never heard of it. Good friend of the show, Wally, told me about it. So it was a good show. It's on Netflix. It's called My All-American. If you coach, if you've played sports, you have a child that plays sports, I encourage you to watch this movie. It's a really good movie with Aaron Eckhart. It's a pretty good movie. It is a true story based on this kid he was from Colorado. We went to college at Texas. He was a Texas Longhorn in the late 60s, early 70s. And incredible. I think Freddie Steinbach was his name. Incredible. And this movie came out, I think, 2015. I never even heard of it. But wow, it was it's one of those movies where parenting was completely different when you had a child that played sports. His dad was really involved in his workout and his routine. His mom was really involved. He was an All-American in high school in basketball as well as football, but he was not the biggest player. He was like a Rudy, so to speak, and he played safety. He did punt returns. He played running back. His anticipation of the play was something remarkable, as well as his participation on the football team. And his football IQ was through the roof. His football IQ was through the roof. Again, it's My All-American. It's a damn good football movie. Him and his father's relationship, his family relationship was pretty cool. And of course, he did what most people do at that time. The late 60s, the 50s, and early 70s, you date your high school sweetheart and you both go to college together. And it's one of those stories right there as well. It's a true story of love, commitment, and passion for the game of football. And the way he tackled people If you ever played football, your coach would tell you to go through the tackle instead of just putting them on the ground. He went through people, and he was not a big person at all. If you get a chance, check out that movie. It's called My All-American. It's a damn good documentary. Speaking of damn good, our latest podcast episode is up and available on Spotify. Who's to Blame the Podcast, episode 544, where we talked about when the team became your team. Like if you grew up in a sports family, you were integrated into liking the Cardinals or the Cubs or the White Sox, whatever team your family watched in the house, you were brought up in that. Then you get to a certain age, you get your own team and you get ownership of that team. So we talked about that as well. Gaming leagues, they're not what they used to be. And we also talked about when we used to have the ability to dress ourselves as kids. That was, you felt like a grown person the first time your parents let you pick out your clothes to wear to school. All right, moving right along. I'm confused on award shows. I'm confused. Who does the voting? Who's tallying these votes? Can it be hacked? After watching the Grammys, the few award shows that I've seen on the internet only from St. Louis award shows, the BET Awards, the Hip Hop Awards, the Country Music Awards, all these award shows, have they ever gotten it completely right where there was no controversy after the show, there was no animosity, there was no speculation of a conspiracy when it comes to a person winning in awards and all these award shows across the table? And after the Grammys Sunday night, we know the women top the category. I think this is the problem I have with the Grammys. Why we can't see the whole fucking thing? Why is there a pre-recorded version of the Grammys? I don't get that. Why we can't watch the entire Grammys, and why over the decades have the Grammys did what they have done to certain categories, i.e. hip hop, i.e. rap. They just pre-record everything, don't invite you to the show, and then get mad when you don't want to come to the show. I'm confused when it comes to the Grammys. I'm confused. I haven't bought an album or a CD in decades. In decades. It's been that long. I wouldn't know new music if it hit me in the face. The way I hear music, it's usually from a movie or TV show, TikTok. Everybody else plays older music, 80s and 90s music, and early 2000s music. I haven't heard a new song. And when I did watch the Grammys and heard these songs these people were singing, a majority were their older songs. And the people that were singing new songs, I was like, I had no idea. I had no idea Miley Cyrus sung Flowers. I thought it was a black lady. I had no idea that was Miley Cyrus song. I know there's a lot of uproar in that girl and that guy from Kansas City, but I've never heard one song on her album. I wouldn't know it. Not saying she's not that good, not that talented. And then what was going on with Celine Dion and her? Celine Dion is an icon, and she gives you the award for Album of the Year, and you totally dissed her. She just shunned Celine Dion. I wanted her out and see I was caught up in the moment. I call bullshit. The things you see and hear in your moment of shining and happiness, you chose to see and hear those things. I'm confused on where award shows are going. Do you really need that accolade? Or can you just be satisfied in making money off your music? Why do you need an award? What is that to prove? We have learned, I probably think since 2020, how real and unreal certain things are that we used to care about. Award shows, what all-star games. We don't care about them like we used to no more because they changed the whole dynamics. You can play the whole football season in pads, but you get to the Pro Bowl, you want them to play flag football. That doesn't make sense to me. I understand the competition committee. I understand the protocol. Nobody wants to get hurt. We know what happened in Hawaii in the late 80s, early 90s, the injuries that they sustained in the tug of war. and in some of the football games. We'll never see a Sean Taylor type person hitting a punter like that in the NFL Pro Bowl game again. We're stuck with this. I think they should just play Madden. They should just play Madden. If they're going to do that and have it in Florida and not Hawaii, which makes no sense to me at all, damn the travel. If I'm being awarded for being the best at my position and it requires us to go play a game in Florida or Hawaii, I'm not going to Florida. No. The reward is Hawaii. It's the trip. That right there is the biggest award of the whole thing right there for sure. And speaking of that, with the big game coming up this Sunday, if you've ever been to a Super Bowl, you know the partying starts tomorrow. Tomorrow's the day that it all kicks off tomorrow in Vegas. Everybody landing tonight and tomorrow. But they brought up a discussion on one of the shows I watch about the best Super Bowl venue. I've been to Miami. I've been to Detroit. Been to Jacksonville. Tampa. Where else did we go? In Houston. They said the best venue for the Super Bowl, based on proximity, all the amenities, all the hotels, and getting back and forth to the game. They say Lucas, Indianapolis. That is the best place for a Super Bowl. For his traveling, for his partying, hanging out, everything is right there. And all the hotels connect in that little corridor that they have in Indianapolis. And I was like, wow. Because some of these places they have the Super Bowl at, I don't think it's for football fans. I don't think the Super Bowl in LA was for Super Bowl fans. No. Hell no. And this year's Super Bowl, tickets are $10,000. That's not the average football fan. These are people who want to be seen, want to go to the biggest spectacle that we have, sporting-wise, with football. That's what that is. The football fans, we're stuck with watching the game in 4K at home on various size televisions, sound bars, our own in-house entertainment. That's how the real football fans are watching the game. I mean, no knock on the people that go to Super Bowls. I mean, they are fun. They're a lot of fun. It's different than the regular game that you watch on TV. It's different than you going to a regular game during regular season. Hell, it's different than a playoff game. It's everything. It's the whole season coming together at one. In a way, it's a celebratory moment, especially if your team wins. But at the same time, if your team didn't make it, you can't wait to win. April for the draft, because you're ready to start the next season. And then we're on this long break that it comes like a depression type thing for football fans. I mean, yeah, we got the UFL, but it's not the same. I get what the Battlehawks, man your station. I get what they're doing. But at the same time, we're spoiled by this damn game with the NFL. And I know a lot of people don't watch the NFL the way they used to. They don't believe in it. They think it's rigged. They think it's another propaganda. They think it's scripted. Please. The only thing is scripted is probably your daily routine. I don't think professional sports is that intelligent to do it through the whole league. Now, I've had my doubts in some games and some calls like we all have. Like, damn well there was a pass interference. I don't care what nobody say. Eli Manning was in the grass on that ball thrown to David Tyree. He was in the grass. Any other person in that same scenario, they'd call in the grass. You can look at that Super Bowl play a million times and look at the referees. Show me what they're doing. Watching the play. They looking downfield. Each one has a job to do of a certain area of the field. That Super Bowl, they didn't do it. Not at all. We still want to know who turned them lights out when Baltimore and San Fran played. I still want to know who turned the light out. Who did that? Who turned them lights out in that Super Bowl? That was the weirdest Super Bowl since the lopsided victories when Denver and Seattle played, the lopsided victory when Denver beat the hell out of Carolina, the lopsided victory when San Fran beat the shit out of Denver. I don't want to see a Super Bowl like that. I want to see a good competitive form. I think they're projected right now 46.5 is the over-under. That's a good number. That's a good number. And allegedly and apparently, $23.1 billion is being gambled on the Super Bowl. One more person ain't got no money and don't gamble. When you hear numbers like that, damn right, everybody gambles in one way or another. And if it's at the fingertips, it's easy. The days of flying to Vegas to gamble are over. You can gamble from any damn where. Now, for those of us that still use a bookie, way to hang in there. Way to hold tight. That's up there with the people that do not go to dispensaries. They still go to the weed man. Shout out to you. And the struggle is real out here. I think dispensaries look too damn nice to buy weed from. You ask me personally. I think the price is so high because look at the real estate where these dispensaries at, and look how they're set up on the inside. That's not how it's supposed to look when you buy weed to me. It just feels awkward and just weird to me. Just feels weird to me. I still don't believe this after the Grammy situation. Killer Mike swept the rap category. He was put in the handcuffs when the Grammys came, when it went live. They came in there and locked him up, arrested him, allegedly on a misdemeanor of assaulting a security guard. I'm still waiting to hear more about this. It has to be something else. And then the situation with Lisa Ann last night, being thrown out of a comedy joint in handcuffs in New York. What? We went through this with parents at sporting events. Cheer like a normal parent. Stop telling the coaches what to do. Sit your ass down, let your kid play. We went through a problem where parents couldn't do that, where it got violent. There's been some things, some trauma happened to these kids. Right in front of these kids, things have been happening at these practices and at these games. It's like the level of competition is switched over into the stands where the parents think they know more than the coach or want to get out there and play for the kid instead of support the kid. It's conflicting. For a minute, I can't remember where it was at. I think it was in Pennsylvania, somewhere in Pennsylvania. The parents that got in trouble and police were called and they got into it with officials or coaches at sporting events, they were banned. But here's the community service behind it. They had these parents clean up these athletic facilities in their spare time of their community service. Maybe that can be an option to put all that negative energy into something else that's going to help the kids with some of these facilities that are not equipped to even handle or run a game. You got no AC, you got no heat, you got no real equipment, you got no lights. There are a lot of facilities like that that are struggling with that. And I can't believe that's going on in 2024. What are league dues for? What are league fees for? What is what they call it? The admission. I mean, where's all this money going when it comes to little league sports out there? From football, baseball, basketball, even hockey getting in the mix. There's money coming up missing, and who is it hurting? The kids. It's hurting the kids for sure. It definitely is. Okay, folks, here we go. Special shout out to my man, Bruce Williams. Bruce Williams is a Metrolink bus driver. He's been doing it for 50 years as of today. I met Bruce years ago when I used to ride the bus quite a bit. Cool ass dude. Again, congratulations to Bruce Williams of Metro Bus. He's right. I think he's on the Lindbergh bus today. They did a real good thing for him today. Congratulations to you. 50 years on the job. That's what's up. Driving the bus here in this town. I bet he got some stories. I bet he got some stories. Because I know in the 80s and the 90s, the bus was a little wild. It was a little live action, especially over in the hood. It was a little live action. We've cleaned up some things since then. Again, congratulations to my dude, Bruce Williams, Metrolink bus driver. 50 years he's been doing it. All righty, for sure. Are you convinced that possibly that there's going to be another super couple to come along in the sporting world? Could that be a possibility? Who would it be, though? Who's out there that's single and trying to be noticed or get their stock up, trying to get their bag up, their paper up? What entertainer out there could bond with an athlete and see and hear the crazy stories that we hear now? Because I've heard some doozies about the girl and the guy in Kansas City that is just, it's wild. And I'm the type of person I can go there. I can go deep with it. I can be real, or I can pay it no mind. It depends on the whole situation. And looking at this and understand how players are, especially in the NFL, how some of them like their privacy and some that don't. The ones that are out here ear hustling and chasing. If you didn't watch any of the Pro Bowl shit, you didn't see the body language out there. See something going on. So I'm wondering who's next. Because I think all the quarterbacks either have a kid or a woman. I don't think there's one single quarterback in the league right now. I could be wrong. But I don't think not one quarterback is single. I think they all got a girlfriend or a crumb snatcher, or maybe both. And a few of them have wives. I saw Mr. Jameis Winston in church over the weekend. I didn't know he had that in him. Didn't know he had that in him. But as we get closer to this big game, the prop bets are going to be a big discussion as far as individual performances, things we see in the stands, the commercials, the length of the national anthem, the score at halftime. It's going to be all kind of prop bets. I mean, you can have some fun with some prop bets. So if you're hosting a Super Bowl party, I encourage you want to have some fun with your guests you're having over. You can play football bingo. You can just get the schematic and just print that out. They got different variations that happen in a football game. And you can do the prop bets. And you can do the commercial bets. Everybody bet on what commercial they think is going to be seen. Because I'm not going to cheat and watch the Super Bowl commercial preview bullshit that they're going to show this week before the game. Who does that? Why do you want to show us the commercials that are going to be shown during the Super Bowl? Where's the parenting on these committees? Where is the overseer? Where's the person over there that's saying, that don't sound right? And why are y'all doing that? You can't tell billionaires what to do with their money. Let them spend the money the way they want to spend the money. Your mama called you Clay. I'm going to call you Clay. But I'm looking forward to the honors, see everybody get their awards and their flowers from this crazy, wild NFL season we just missed out on, and up to the big game. But most importantly, Saturday is Mardi Gras. Who's ready? Who's coming with? Who's ready to show them boobies? Show them. Show them boobies. Boobies. You don't see them as often as you used to in the parade, because I think the closer you get to Soulard, the more people right there want to show their boobies right there. And there are too many cops right there, and the judge's table right there. And then you got the drone getting the right footage and everything. You got people with binoculars and cell phones. Even though they don't work, people will try to use the motherfuckers. So hopefully we get the boobies back out this year. Show them titties. Titties out there. Put them titties on out there for sure. Well, I have a confession to make. I state your name, Dre Montez, did something very, very stupid, immature, and I'm so mad at myself. You ever went to the ATM and forgot to get your money out? That's like going to the bank through the drive-thru. You cash a check. They shoot the thing back to you through the little vacuum. You open up, and you just grab your ID and pull off. You forgot all about the envelope. How many of you have done that? Tragedy. Tragedy. I just, it could be worse, though. It could be a whole lot worse. It's not that bad. It's embarrassing more than anything. It's an embarrassing statement I have to make with myself and make better decisions when I'm doing mushrooms. Oh my God. And also on a footnote before I get out of here, the more and more TV shows I watch or movies I watch about men being single over the age of 50. They are comical. They're giving me hope. They're giving me hope. There's something out there. There's something brighter on the horizon. We're not giving up. We're going to hang here. We're going to swing it on out. We're going to swing for the fences. But at the same time, you know what you want when you're 50. Once you get 50, you know what you want. You know what you want to eat. You know where you want to go. You know how long you want to stay there. You have things figured out by the time you get 50. And the way they're showing things subliminally in these movies and TV shows and series that I'm watching, it's like they're all on the same page. The older person needs somebody to go out with. You can't be alone. Get outdoors. Don't stop your life. Do something. What's the other one? And play pickleball. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Not doing that. No. Not doing that. Not at all. At all. What's up, Otis? What's going on, my man? Appreciate it. My man, Otis. I ran into so many people the past week and a half that I went to grade school with, high school with, or played softball with them. That's crazy. I ran everybody this past week and a half. Always a pleasure and awesome to see you people. You guys are looking good and beautiful. Keep up the great work. But when I watch these movies and TV shows, they're not like the news segments. The news segments think people 50 and 60 and 65 need to be put out in the field and shot from these crazy segments they tell you on what to expect in life after 50. Why you got to play that slow-ass music like that? Shit, that's not what 50-year-old people doing. We don't dress like that. Tell the truth. Where you find these people at to be a part of these fucking segments? That's not true life. That's not. No, not at all. Be vibrant and vibrant out here. Do your thing. Get you walking in. Breathe heavily if you can. If you're still able to do it, meaning have sex, do it. Do it. Live your life. Live your life. Don't listen to other people. Listen to your body. It's the best advice I can give you. People always try to give us advice. And some of the advice they give us is like, what makes you think that is acceptable to say to somebody? I think some people read part of something, get something out of it, and choose to share it with other people, but they don't have the complete story in giving advice. They don't have the complete story. Interesting to me. But most of all, what's interesting to me is that NBA trade is coming up. The deadline, and my Lakers are not doing anything remotely what I thought. And Joel Embiid, man, that guy has the worst fucking luck. 4 weeks he's out. He's too damn big to be getting hurt like that. He's like clumsy. I don't get it. I thought the Sixers had a shot in possibly being mentioned about going to the finals. I don't know now. 4 weeks, do you risk it coming back and get Kevin Durant when he tore his ACL for coming back a little bit too soon? I mean, again, that's the process. That's the franchise. You got that. Keep your eye on the prize. They need Joel Embiid to be what? Healthy. He can't do it. And I don't know what's going on with Clay. He never got how to shoot a three. You got to go to the well when it's not working. You got to go deep in, which you have to get methodical on yourself. You got to get real with yourself. When you notice something is off, and it looked like his trajectory is off to me. He's aiming too much. He's not shooting. He's aiming. If that makes sense to you, he's aiming for sure. Well, folks and good people, thank you for tuning into today's show, Montez at Midday. Thank you again. Happy birthday to my twins, Stephanie and Sharnice, and my little brother, CJ. Happy birthday to all of you. And happy anniversary, my dude, Bruce Williams. Been driving 50 years on a Metro bus. For sure. Lots going on this week. We got to get ready for what? Mardi Gras. We got to get ready for what? Super Bowl. And then Monday, what we're going to do? Cry. You make it emotional. But most importantly, thank you all again for tuning into the show. In the words of my great-grandpappy, Two wrongs don't make a right. They make a left turn. And until next time, we will see you later. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.